welcome to Jadekine Gaming. My name is Adam. Here with, is it the 41st session? No. But we're definitely on New Divines, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. Eric is Stan, Bob is the old man, David is Terry, Ryan is Billy, Austin is Rolfur, which I always say even though it's written underneath of each of our faces. But that's also how I remember it, because I can just read it. Anyway, so last time, we ended late evening day 154, since you've returned from the dead. You're in the castle, well, most of you are at the castle of Silverspire. After the ball, and, the prevented poisoning of the king, who then fought, and when you stopped keeping him from dying, was killed by the Jade Emperor, Terry.
In honorable combat.
Bit of culture clash there.
And the prince, asked Terry to leave so that, his father can be disposed of, and they'll deal with this later. And Terry
The Jade couple did.
Yeah, Terry and the missus left, heading back to the Empire. Whereas I believe the rest of you are either still in the ballroom where Nim kneels before the dead king, or in one of the nice bedrooms in the dwelling, the halls of dwelling, if you went to that. I'm not sure. The majority of the guests have kind of been ushered back and are going to their rooms, leaving the chamber where the king lays dead.
I'm just curious what his autopsy report would be like.
Apparently the king was extraordinarily tough. There was so much poison in his system, he barely had any blood left.
He still almost won.
Well, apparently he died almost 2 hours before the duel.
Cause of death, old age.
Obviously. Nailed it.
Natural causes.
Turns out he was a smoker. Died of smoking.
Heart attack. The food was too rich.
Does anyone stay in the room with the Prince and Nim, or do y'all just head back to gather a room key and head back?
Oh, I stay in the room.
Okay. Stan?
Oh, I bounce out.
Okay.
Rolfur?
Rolfur?
I wanted to stay and have some chats with them.
Really?
She's still here, right?
They are still there.
Yeah. Oh wait, she's like in the middle of... what is she doing with the king's body?
Currently, at this moment where we're figuring out, they have kneeled before the king.
Staring ahead blankly. Man.
Then yeah, I will wait for them to finish.
Yeah.
They're communicating with
But
their
you're
soul.
staying in the room while many of the guests are clearing out. Billy, are you clearing out or staying?
I'll stay with Rolfur.
Okay. Alice will go back as well. So it's Old Man Rolfur and Billy still in the room.
Old man Rolfer.
Yes, Stan, you get a key, and it's sort of like a long halls that kind of go around, and there are sort of a few branches, and it's almost like a hall in a hotel where it's just sort of door by door by door, with labels, using both a series of symbols and numbers. It matches a key, and you find your room. You have a luxurious, extra large bed. Make a luck check.
I take offense.
Anytime anyone but you takes a luck check, you're offended.
I'm gonna start keeping a log of how many times other people get to take luck checks.
I hardly ever take one.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, this is the first one in a long while. 21?
No, that's a positive.
And yes, and you have a room with sort of a balcony that kind of overlooks, the rear garden. Many beautiful flowers and vines, sort of lit by There are little spots of torches throughout the garden that sort of light up little points of color where like the plants around them just sort of blossom. And just sort of like an open air. There are, not like doors to close the room so much as like curtains and such. From some of your neighbors, you hear distracting sounds out there from other rooms in the same sort of just curtained rooms. But otherwise, yeah, a little side chamber with private bath. Not an incredibly large room, but a very lavish room.
Okay.
Are they gently wafting curtains?
With the gently wafting curtains, yes. I'll enjoy the view of showing the followers and giving them randomly the can't die power if they need it.
Hopefully they don't need it, but
like, hey, I'm dying of
good enough.
Something going on here. Hey, I'm not dying right now. I can get medical help.
Otherwise, for those remaining with the king, there's sort of a small group that remains more directly related and tied to the king's family, I suppose. But yeah, sort of the king's sort of cloak is wrapped over the body enough to be cover some of the wounds.
Really, it's mostly burn wounds.
And Nim with, you would gather probably some degree of magical ease, sort of lifts the body up to place on a table and pulls out some herbs and such to kind of grind up and perform a bit of a ritual over the corpse. Says some rites in Elvish. Anyone knows?
I speak Elvish.
Man, the old man really is sneaky.
I want
making-
Terry to come back in, grab leftovers, and come and leave again.
I'm
Right
making
now.
tea. Give me a
I
moment.
know, but it's...
I'm
He's
sorry.
He's casting.
I'm making tea.
Yeah, I also.
Most of us have
know
tongues.
Elven.
Can't everyone understand it?
But yeah, I mean...
Let me double check real quick. Relatively. Yes, I speak Elvish.
Yeah, no, just words of basically passing the soul on to a final rest. Dividing it from the body, that the body may find use wherever else it goes.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna thaumaturgy above her. Just like a void warping blackness that turns into light as she finishes her prayer.
That's illusion. I don't know if thaumaturgy could cover that.
Thaumaturgy, flames flicker, bright and dim, change color.
You might have some sort of like light bending aura that you could maybe do with it.
Yeah, I guess I can't do that. Okay.
But you
as
can
she-
affect the overall lighting in the room or that kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, I make the lighting like spotlighter. Like it seems like her presence grows as the prayer continues.
Anyways, so yeah, so they do that. And sort of talk with the prince and sort of move the table that the king is on sort of against the back wall. And then kind of turns to go talk to a couple of the servants, sort of in private. Do you approach anyone at this point? It's sort of at this point the family is kind of gathered around the king. Nim is seeming sending someone on an errand.
The corpse of the king or the new king?
There is not yet a new king.
Once the king dies, the new king is automatically in charge.
That is not how that works in a feudal society.
Totally is. The
yeah.
king is dead. The king is dead. Long live the king.
That's a legal process. However, historically, a lot of times it's whoever harnesses enough soldiers first gets to be king.
Yeah. Now, it was not uncommon that maybe a king would have their heir crowned before they are dead, so they would be the elder king and the young king. So, to which case they would already have made that succession in public. But of course, that can cause issues if there's any family rifts, and the young king wants to start ruling early and things like that. So there's risk and such to that.
Oh, so there's been no coronation of a new king.
Yeah.
So the authority that bans the Jade Emperor is only of prince level.
Yes, right now.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go. Okay, so the families.
Yeah, the prince
gathered...
just asked Terry to leave.
Yeah.
So the family gathered around the corpse.
Yeah.
Anime dead?
I ain't got nobody.
Hello, baby. Hello, hello.
I guess. I mean, the only responsible thing to do is to make sure this war happens. See, I'm gonna go talk to the prince and convince him that he should definitely go to war.
Why? You're an ass.
I'm confused how this is a surprising turn of events.
Make a persuasion check. You have this advantage.
I'm rolling it regular then.
If you have an ability that would make it that, then sure.
Yeah,
you gave him the
roll
ability
persuasion.
I don't keep track of what abilities I give you guys. There are so many.
Yeah, all of my charisma checks are rolled at advantage.
Oh. Yes. Some of us had abilities like cast cantrips.
Well,
he gets all charisma checks at advantage.
Well, it's all at advantage in minimum 15.
Oh yeah, minimum 15. I forgot about 15 instead of 10. Thank you, Ryan, because I did roll a 6. So that's a 15 plus 20, so 35.
Which appearance are you adopting at this moment?
Younger old man.
Saw you with
like a bloodthirsty youth.
Yeah. Okay. As in the same person that started the dance with Nim.
No, I have to be someone who looks slightly different because I did transform in front of everyone, kinda.
Okay. So you're a new person.
Yes.
Okay.
New person who dis.
Yeah.
I know it raises the DC because I'm completely unknown.
So random young man.
Yeah. So you apologize for not recognizing you. Whom do I? Did you know? Hillock?
Did you say Pillock?
Hillock Bartholomew, the king.
Oh, why would the prince refer to the king as his first name?
Because he thinks
Because
it's a
he's
formal
speaking
conversation.
to you in a formal conversation about someone who's walking up to advise him on war. Because that is a profession. It's not, did you know daddy in this situation?
No, it's the king.
He's not the king
He's
anymore.
not the king anymore. He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Wow, he processed that super fast.
He was
He was
literally
trying to
trying
kill
to kill him!
I'm
Kind of
just
ritual.
Gonna go with no, not well. I, of course, knew him as a benevolent liege and ruler, but you can't let your reign begin with an insult to your family and kingdom like this. It must be answered.
What I need is some kinds of espionage to get into the Empire. I'll figure it out in the next day or so, of course. Hopefully you'll stay for Coronation and such. There's of course rooms, if you've not already found one with someone.
Yes, perfect. I'm gonna go and try and find... Who is, like... Would I know enough about these royals to know which, who would be, like, of a important family but an only child?
No. You would not know much of anything as far as the nobility that was at this party. For one, a lot of it is a lot of lower nobility. There aren't a lot of upper nobility in this nation. Just the way the king's family kind of cut things is they kept themselves a fair bit above. But lots of nobility would be things that are perhaps in other nations would be, wealthy merchants. Was done by a level of lower nobility. So.
Okay. I'm gonna go and find a room to stay in, and then I'm going to write out instructions to describing what happened and the possible vulnerability of this kingdom and the need of the Jade Kingdom for a ally in warlike things. And then I'm going to open the door, go through to the tavern, hand the letter off, and tell them to deliver it to...
Okay, so you go write your thing, and then you're planning to come back. We'll get back to you headed back later.
Yeah.
Rolfur and Billy...
I'm planning to come immediately back through the door, so I don't have to find someone to come teleport me, because I can't teleport.
Yeah, but you're in the bedroom, and you're basically taking out parchment and writing for a bit. You're giving a detailed report to send, so
yes,
that takes a moment. And Billy and Rolfur in the air with time to possibly do things. So, what are you guys aiming for?
I'm just here to watch over Rolfur.
And Rolfur?
She's doing rights on the body, right?
At this point, no. Nim has gone off and sent someone else in. Seems just kind of be standing off waiting for someone to return.
So it's just us divines in the room?
And no, there's also the family that is standing over with the body.
Oh. Probably shouldn't summon the spirit with the family there. Or maybe I should. I mean, I'll ask Nim.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask Nim, like, would you like to speak with the king about the succession? Would his input be helpful?
I've already had the king's input.
Well, that's good. I wanted to take some time before these events to get with you and discuss the doctrines that we would carry regarding the dead. Though I understand the current circumstances might not be the best time for that.
Certainly. I mean, if there's a quick note to give, I'm certainly willing to listen. Otherwise, over the next day or so, of course, the king will be laid to rest. Well, the body. The prince should be coronated. Things should be moving forward rather quickly with all of the nobility already in attendance.
Well, have you written any of your proposed teachings, your plans for the future, the plan for those that follow you? Have you written anything down?
I've mostly done oral traditions.
I am soon to begin maneuvering to undertake clearing out the river in the fullness of its breadth. And I would appreciate having a list of your teachings so that when I make assessments of those souls, they can be sorted appropriately.
Noble task. And unusually kind.
I am
All right,
becoming
Silverspire.
I am becoming aware that we appear to be too attached to mortal affairs. And I'm trying to refocus myself on what should be our proper duties.
There's only so many souls left in that river. Remember to keep in mind that there are things that will need to be done after you've cleared it. There's still new people born all the time,
I'm aware.
and they're heading to the grave as well. Wouldn't you say?
In their due time.
Yes.
Say it would probably at least be prudent to at least, even after we get it cleared out, to keep an eye on the river in case there would be some people who might find their way in there out of just sheer ignorance somehow.
Of course, that's my point. That's why I developed my abilities in such a manner as I could peruse the river with my own divine sense.
You know, of any of us, you're the only one that really has the right to say divine sense.
Well, it may take me a day or two to write things down, if you'll be around.
Yes, do get in contact with me when you have it available.
Certainly will. And they wait a moment longer, and a team of servants basically comes in with a fancier version of like a curtained stretcher kind of thing.
A shroud.
Like a corpse palanquin?
Yeah, basically.
It's a shroud.
Yeah, for them to
It's
put the king on and take off to another room. The family follows.
get the royal palanquin.
Nim has a short whispered conversation with the prince before heading to go towards the hallway or to collect a room key as well. You're probably, old man, you're probably getting back in the room to hand off your note around the time that they're walking out with the king.
One of the things that was in the note was that I need to, because this is going to my changeling son, is that I have instructed him to send me a member of the family. We have a chance to rebuild the spy network for this kingdom.
Okay.
Well, you didn't think I was going to stay and take care of this. I have people for that.
Yeah.
People who look just like me.
Yeah, depends on how fun you found it.
Is the prince going off with the group, or is he going off alone?
The prince is going off with the family and the king.
Yeah. Then yes, I just retire. Retire.
Yeah. Otherwise, Nim as well gets a room key. You can each get your own room and head for equally lavish. Although with poorer luck, you may get instead of a balcony, just fancy paintings on the back wall. It's an inner room. Anything else that you wish to do for the evening on the Spire side of things?
I have time, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and jam like 6 locks randomly.
Sure.
What? There is a lot meaner things I could do. I have modified memory.
Yeah.
I could go and just ruin days.
Clearly, this was a curse from the god of the forge. He messed up the locks.
Listen, if they're bad enough locks I could mess them up, they must not be very well made.
No, there's like 100 rooms here, so there's a lot of them.
I don't know. Rolfur, make no, I'm sorry. Stan, make a luck check for me.
It's like I have a penalty to those checks.
Two.
Yeah, one of them's your door.
Alright. So we're getting...
Nim kind of like leans against the wall across as you're playing with locks. Sometimes
look
I
at
don't
her,
know
I'm
if
like-
you're an old man or if you're a young child.
Listen, I don't give you shit for poisoning people.
That's not very childish. Could be.
I wouldn't recommend it. There's no fun in that.
Well, it could be. You hang out with a child. Try teaching her. Maybe she'll have fun. Kind of turns and goes back to their room.
I'd like to point out that I totally forgot to sneak. Yep,
Yeah.
that's entirely on me.
Only sort of. They did natural 20 to notice that you were out there doing that, so.
Even my passive sneak is like in the 30s.
But,
Wait, is it? It might not be. Yeah, my passive sneak is 30. Without the trace.
anyone else do anything or just retire for the evening?
I cast permanent glibness on myself.
If you say so.
And make a mansion for the night, I guess.
Or angels.
I love that. Ah, lavish stateroom. I make my interdimensional space.
Yes. But
The night, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm sorry.
We'll get you. You're in a totally different place, so. Rolfur, anything else on your hand?
No, I actually use what was it? Not the higher level one. Summon Celestial. That's the shitty one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But that one lets me get a Coatl.
Yes.
And Coatls are guardians of knowledge and information. So I'm just dragging one over, and I'm going to try to convince it to take up a new job and serve a new young god.
I'm a Coatl.
Because guess what? You're going to be the receptionist for my land of the dead.
Make a persuasion check then.
Worst abductor ever.
Oh, yeah, that's a 3, so 14.
Well, I guess I don't have anything better to do.
And I just
There's
got bored.
But it was...
Maybe I need to cast this on you.
I'm over here like, man, that's so low. Then I realized, like, no, that's a decent roll for people.
I rolled a 3.
Bob's over there like, what does rolling a 3 look like? Is that a 10?
Is that like when you do something you're not good at?
Is that what that 10 is?
To be fair, persuasion is not one of the 3 skills I have expertise in. Sorry, it's not one of the 5 skills I have expertise in.
We'll
Otherwise,
try
yes.
it out.
Otherwise, yes, I spend that night doing my own bookkeeping with my expertise in history and religion. I write
I'm not-
myself a nice proper book that's real persuasive.
I'm not that kind of god. I just dropped one of my cards. Gosh darn it.
That's
Oh,
how
I-
glad you are.
What are the 5 skills that you don't have expertised?
The one I do have expertise,
No. What ones don't you?
He only has 5.
I have 5 expertise skills.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they're the knowledge skills, perception, and investigation.
Terry. Meanwhile, you and the missus return back to your palace garden from just being told out from the prince after murdering the king.
We were politely asked to leave after the duel. Yes.
She just can't take you anywhere, man.
He brought her there. Well, that was, evening.
Nothing goes as expected these days. The only thing that really went as I'd hoped was keeping the company of a wonderful lady. And
Aw.
Terry's
Was it me?
fuck no. Terry's gonna try to keep things like his goal is to spend quality time with her this evening.
Heard you loud and quick.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, that's not what you meant?
That is not what I meant.
You
Actually,
probably shouldn't have said
You know-
it just like that then.
if it's what she wants, that's fine. But no, he wants to kind of take it easy and just be like, kind of bring
Just
things down
chill.
a few notches.
You're making it worse. I don't know how you're doing it, but it's getting worse.
He's
You have a pleasant evening.
He's forging his relationship.
Need to make sure that that both Terry and her understand that they are in good company.
Would you stop emphasizing things? You're making it worse.
We're trying to upgrade the quality of the relationship, you know.
The thing is, David, you're doing fine. Bob, you're just acting like Laura.
I disagree. My hair isn't shiny enough.
Nah, the top of your head is plenty shiny.
There's no hair there. That's hairless.
You still got shine. And
That's the turtle wax.
but yeah, you're able to spend quality time. Maybe the conversation certainly does drift to concerns after what has just happened about what needs to be, who needs to be warned. I mean, what could be coming from the deal with this later sort of statement that he gave as you were asked to leave.
No, I felt that was very reasonable of the man at that point.
But
I mean,
it may be
as far as
that he knows that you're a god, and that if he outright challenged you, he wouldn't necessarily last.
and you know what? That's okay. Reasonable. Also, I mean, Stan is still around, and Stan's name's been cleared as far as Terry knows. So, who knows? Maybe the king's getting resurrected anyway.
No. So, Terry is the Jade Emperor, at least one part of the Jade Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to send dignitaries. I think that the Bundo family would be perfect for getting this relationship back on good ground.
Yeah, no, the Jade Empress is definitely on the talks of which of the families to utilize and where they have things. And no, the Bundo family definitely has things that they are good at. If it comes to actual war, they're very useful.
Every
Yeah,
time. Heck's sake.
I'm more. I mean, if we're gonna send the Bundos anywhere, it's probably gonna be the Kindling Kingdom anyway.
The Ember?
Yeah, the Emperor Kingdom.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Totally do that. Put them in my power. Well, honestly, they're in my power where they are now anyways.
Anything else on your end for the evening, or no?
Out of curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
the 5 angels that I have that are overseeing my afterlife,
Okay.
they are like constantly coming and going, stuff like that, right?
What do you mean?
Well, their jobs are to oversee the dead.
Okay.
So like, they're coming and going, using resources that I've provided them, doing things for the dead people, right?
I don't know what the coming and going, like leaving the afterlife to go somewhere?
Yeah.
Where would they go?
I don't know, to send missives to family members, to get things that the dead people would like to have in their 300-foot abodes. I don't know, like there's
they've not necessarily been given resources to add new stock.
There's like 10 grand that I've given them like 10 grand. So I mean they've got stuff.
Yeah. No, the bulk of what they would probably be doing is, given what your afterlife is in the creation aspect, is that they are probably aiding in teaching of different people of skills that they never had the time in life to learn.
Okay, cool. So they are keeping busy and keeping the afterlife.
They're keeping it, but they're mostly doing stuff where they stay there with the resources that are there. And, if there's a stack of lumber, it is, hey, who hasn't learned woodworking?
Gotcha.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
That sounds like a pretty decent afterlife.
Finally, time to learn all those things I never got around.
Like, me, Bob, thinks that's awesome.
Yeah, free shot class when we get there. Hell yeah.
Otherwise, yeah. Cockadoodle freaking do. It's morning.
Okay, so I
Telepathy network. How's everybody doing this morning? Sorry that I didn't provide breakfast.
A little hungry.
No worries. They've actually brought something nice to my room.
Good.
don't worry, I'm feasting on intelligence gathering.
And the food they're bringing in, it's not poisoned or anything? Did you check?
Doesn't seem so.
Well, that's good.
You received no response from me.
Yeah, different plane. I go through...
Or really bitter about you not bringing food, not willing to forgive you for it.
Or it was poisonous.
I go through and check the inn to see if there's anyone I need to pull in.
Check the inn?
Yeah, like my stronghold. Like, I need to go check the stronghold for someone to bring through, so that they can take my place and I can go on about my life.
Okay. You passed your note through your agent.
Yes.
You didn't deliver it directly to the inn.
Yes, I did. That's what I was talking about. I went through the inn. To the inn to pass it to them. That's how I was going to get it to them and tell them to send someone. Otherwise, I'd have to sit here forever. That's what I meant. I go through my domain, my thing.
Okay, so you went through your stronghold. You didn't go to your agent that you had been working with all through the evening that was the barkeep at the...
No,
okay.
I don't know that dude.
But that is the person that you have been working with in the evening, and therefore...
No, I said I was gonna... Yeah, but he's not mine.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not. He's part of the Spy Masters network, which isn't mine. I have my own.
Okay. Well, then you didn't go out there while the king was being brought in. That's why...
No, I was out there talking to them, then I went back to my room, went through my area, opened up a door. That's why I went back to the room.
Yeah. The whole reason I had you hold was because I thought after writing the note, you left your room, went back into that hall where the barkeep was.
Yeah, I was a little confused too, but no, that's not what I was doing.
Yeah, you didn't say anything about your stronghold, so...
And now
you stopped me.
Yeah, he only came back out of his room when he needed to jam locks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there wouldn't be a member of my family here.
Well, yeah, which is why... But you can, just like any of your other dead drops, you can pass notes along.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be in a timely manner. I need to leave soon.
Yeah, I didn't know what your time scale was. I was just pointing out. Okay. Well, we will deal with you later, because I have to take a moment to think, since that's all new news to me as far as where that went.
Okay, sorry. I
that's
thought
fine.
that was clear. I'm sorry.
No,
I
no.
guess it wasn't.
I get why that would have also made sense. Just didn't connect.
Yeah, I was really confused.
Otherwise,
Sorry about that.
A little bit after sunrise, there is brief 2-knock tap, and if you pay attention, a little slip of paper gets pushed under a door for any of you in the staterooms. If you're in an extra dimensional plane, you probably don't notice.
I read my note, I suppose.
It's basically a little order form for breakfast. If you're up, just push it out the door, and they will.
I want a. I want a full English.
Yes, England, very popular here.
Okay, I want a full ember breakfast. Which is like, roasted baby tomatoes and blood sausage and beans and eggs and just a big and home fried thing and toast and some roasted not marshmallows. What the hell? Marshmallows?
Yes, roasted marshmallows. Make it canon.
Mushrooms with the standard traditional side of 2 roasted marshmallows. Okay. So yes, that's your standard end of meal little sweet treat. You could spread it on your toast. So instead of jam, we have roasted marshmallows in the Ember Kingdom. There you go, Adam.
I appreciate it.
Because I love you. There you go.
Yeah, so.
But I had to find a way to make it make sense.
Yeah. Not just marshmallows on all your savory food.
No, not just marshmallows on it next to the tomatoes. That doesn't make sense.
Well, anyone else could get breakfast brought to them as well.
Nope.
Yeah, I'll head out of my space when I get up in the morning, just to check and see what's going on. I'll send a message out over the link saying I'm up and about now. To anybody who wanted to ask me anything.
So Terry, about 20 minutes after your last message, you get that.
Well, glad that you're okay.
But I see a slip of paper's been pushed under my door. And go ahead and take a look at it. And then,
order form?
Yeah, in the order form. I'll just write, bring me chef or local specialties, and then slip it back under the door.
Bring me the blood of an Englishman.
Otherwise, yeah, you're able to have nice breakfast. For those with balconies, you can see a number of people sort of overlooking the garden, and you just hear the birds chirping out your window. Terry?
The Jade family will have a breakfast with nobles.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll have a public breakfast.
Yeah. Invite the heads of the families to. Well, of course, no one invited would dare not be in attendance. As they arrive, you can almost feel the unease nature of just basically waking up and getting the "come now" kind of invitation. Yeah. But easy enough, and probably something not too unusual of something probably set up in the garden itself.
Yes.
But yeah, sort of heads are very much the what's happening. They don't know if it's a bad thing or if there's something really good that's happened, but they feel like this probably, if it were just a casual thing, would have had a little more notice. So there's definitely some unease in the nature.
So yeah, we are going. So the Empress and the Emperor are going to provide the food and stuff. I am making an assumption that the Jade Empress is able to grow fruit cheese on command.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can get access to whatever you need, and anything that can't just be grown, you have plenty of access just to have the resources.
Yeah, I mean, I can summon whatever we want, but like, the thing is that like I want it to be a mutual effort.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we provide a breakfast for some of the nobility. We do kind of let's see. The Jade Empress, the Jade family kind of talked about overnight about how to address the issue, and we do address this with kind of some of the nobility to be expecting that maybe there might be some kind of with being openly divine beings in charge of the nation, the nobles should begin to expect various interference from other nations. And this is mostly just kind of a cordial warning for them to
You keep it vague at this point?
Yep.
Okay.
And just keep an eye out for any kind of rumors or disturbances.
Okay.
I'm going to start making rumors and disturbances.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we provide a divine, perfectly fresh breakfast to everybody.
Yep. Very lovely. You know.
Only like 2 hours.
Yeah. And there's definitely some people just pointing out things that we have access to this many ships in a fleet if we need to move things. This just things like that are kind of sort of brought up with here's how we can help. Almost like sort of a little one-up in each other kind of atmosphere amongst some of the families there.
Did expect that. Yeah, that's good. That's fantastic. I want to encourage that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best part is they don't know that they actually going to have to pay up soon.
Oh, I am going to go ahead and through their one-upsmanship, in order to reward that, I'm going to set up a system of not a system, but kind of a literal reward, where at some point I'm going to, like within the next few days, give them tokens,
Chuck E.
and
Cheese.
that are going to be monetary resources for their families. So I will create said tokens.
War bonds? You're making war bonds, aren't you?
That's
Well,
way
it's
smarter
kinda
than what
like-
I was doing.
I figured it was things like, oh, you, said family, owe taxes on X, Y, and Z. These tokens are good for 25% off your taxes.
That's actually really good. I'll do a mix of those kind of things.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll give you Terry would know would be able to come up with in like a few minutes the value. I'll get back to you on the value.
Yeah. You're working on that. While waiting on your full ember, you're able to pop through into your tavern. You do not have an agent yet. They expect that before the day is out that you will. So they're basically awaiting. They're having to move some people around to put someone else in the position, and they're clearing up for this. So they're like,
well, I mean, this is important.
Yeah. Sorry. So we're moving it to one of our less capable agents into that position, and but we want to make it smooth. We should still have them before the day is out, but.
Okay. Excellent. Then I will return at 6 or so to check.
Yep.
And this space.
Otherwise, back to your room. Your breakfast is brought. Sort of like someone carrying like pushing like a cart. That probably has the domed trays, and there are 2 on the top level and 2 on the bottom level, and they take one of them off to sort of bring into your room and place where you'd like it. Once they've knocked on your door to.
Yeah, I let them in graciously.
Here, and they leave it down, and from a side satchel, they also set an envelope on the table next to it. Is there anything sort of bring a selection of beverages, fruit juices, water?
I drink the tea.
Okay. Yeah, they can prepare.
The tea and of course, hot cocoa. Because you can't have like these delicious roasted marshmallows and not have hot cocoa, as is tradition.
Hilly
Of course,
cocoa?
We'll have to. We can.
I mean,
have
if
that.
you can get Bonka cocoa, of course you get Bonka cocoa. I mean,
Get the Bonka cocoa.
We can have that brought right up after. Let them know right after. But here's tea for now, and we'll bring up the cocoa.
excellent.
These backwoods barbarians come back to their kitchen. What the fuck's a cocoa?
Some sort of. You melt chocolate until you drink it.
Yeah, yes, of course.
Good lord.
No
Good
process-
lord, that's gonna be so
processing.
thick.
No processing involved. Just drink it.
I think, like, and you put a little milk in it too, so you just have this,
You
like,
have to thin it out a little. Oh yeah.
so you just have this curdling, hot drink.
Yeah, they do drinking chocolate instead of hot chocolate, which is way more terrifying.
Anyways, but yeah. Otherwise,
Don't worry, I dare him to fuck it up. I'm gonna tell Billy.
You did it wrong. Did it wrong.
Due to the vagueness of your request, they have like 2 cloches of stuff for you, Billy.
Ah.
It's just sort of like the smatterings of library and a letter for you as well, of course.
Yeah, what does my letter say? I'm sorry, I got totally caught up.
The letter involves 2 invitations and the times of the funeral service and the coronation.
You know that this is not the old man's room, this is the kid's room? The young guy who's like the, was agitating for
It
war.
doesn't have your name on it.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure it wasn't directed to him because, as far as the
It
world
is a
knows,
blind invitation under the assumption that everyone that has been given one of these rooms is somewhere tied amongst the noble families, that they're the ones that need to be in presence for the coronation. And of course, given what they went through last night, they would also want to be in presence for the funeral.
Excellent. I'm going to take some time and track down the bartender,
Okay.
because I imagine it's not till later. Yeah?
Yeah, no, you've got, several hours before.
Okay, I'm gonna finish up my food and take some time and track down the bartender. And before I go into the bartender's house, I'm gonna turn back into young king guy secretly and sneak into the bartender's place. Right?
The bartender is present in the palace. They're working in the kitchen.
Oh, excellent.
They did not leave here.
Okay, so they're
There is
in
too
the
much
kitchen.
going on in this building for their job. They're not leaving. They're staying at least close to get news.
Okay, so they're in the kitchen. Is there any way I can peel them away?
Yeah, you can manage, yeah.
Okay.
This cocoa isn't quite what I wanted. Can I speak to you about...
Yeah, so I peel them away and I go, I'm going to need... I do my little call sign for I'm in charge.
Yeah.
I tell them I'm going to need a full dossier on everything I need to know about this area. I've got a new intelligence officer coming in, so I need a full rundown.
Okay. Yes, I'll have a new cocoa brought up to, which room was it?
I tell him the correct room. This is the right guy, right?
Yep.
Insight check. You said yup. I really hope I have insight trained. I have insight trained. I didn't roll a natural 1. I rolled a 10. 22.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, I tell him which room to bring the cocoa to.
Okay.
And give him the new call sign for the new agent will be Silence.
Okay. Yeah. So you go back to your room, and a short time later, new cocoa that is just the same as before, because there was nothing wrong with it. But
Of course not.
is brought up with an apology by one of the other individuals.
Oh, yeah.
Take it. Feel underneath the cup.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Pull out
Anything
the.
else? as you are at this point, to like the servants, who therefore have definitely worked enough of these events that they're familiar with many of the nobles, and you're one that shows up that they've never seen before, and they just feel like you're causing enough of a stink to make them keep coming back to your room. They of course say nothing about it, but you're familiar enough to know.
Yeah, I'm acting in such an arrogant and assertive manner. They're being helpful because they're like, I don't know who this is, but he seems important.
Yeah, no, it's like, who is this guy? He is new, but you don't say anything against it because maybe he's allowed to be new. I don't get to know who the... Just because he's new doesn't mean he's not the next guy who's in charge of the Northern Reach, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Say, well, while I'm trying out my spatterings of different foods that they've delivered to me, I'll go ahead and summon my familiar Coco and have them try some of the food with me.
Okay.
See what we
You have a Coco familiar?
Yeah. I've got a monkey.
Oh, named Coco.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes way more sense.
It was confusing because, I mean, I've got Crystal, who is made of crystal. So,
Yes, exactly. And you're Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Or Billy Bob.
Yeah. Billy has Coco.
We'll have to work on getting you a sentient chocolate monkey.
Chocolate monkey.
I'm pretty sure Billy's at the point if Billy wants that, Billy can do that. Rolfur.
Yep.
When your door is knocked on for breakfast to be delivered,
Yeah.
when standing there, you do see Nim sort of standing across the hall behind the cot.
Oh, then yeah. I hear that from within my realm, which is just open inside this room, because I've been doing work all night.
Yeah.
It's like, can I hear that from all the way over here on this grassy hill? Yes, absolutely. With almost certainty.
There's a certain point where you're probably heading back to see, it's been long enough. You gotta keep going.
Yeah. So what's Nim up? What's Nim want?
They have a document written up for you.
Oh, that was quicker. You said a couple days.
I reserved to take the time. I didn't know
Well,
what the night would be up to, but
Yes, the current plan is to filter every soul I can get my hands on the river into my realm and have them choose from the gods that, because I'm going to build a sort of a conclave of all the gods with these collected works, so that the souls may then choose to leave.
I do think you're strange.
Everything in its proper place, Nim. Everything in its proper place.
Just strange. I won't argue.
Nope. I pocket that paperwork.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, if nothing else for them, they'll leave, eat, go back to doing whatever you were doing. I'd ask what Stan was doing, but
He's just
oh, anyways,
on
old
the
man.
block.
Yeah, old man. So checking the bottom of the cup for the note, it is actually a drop location.
Oh, wow, is he there? It's gonna work.
Yeah.
You are muted, Bob.
Oh, he muted himself.
Yeah, I had to use a drill for a second.
Ah.
Don't ask why.
Okay, but what were you saying then?
Is there a time that's like on it that's like not before noon or
Nope.
just go?
Just to go.
Okay. Then I go for a brisk morning walk.
It's not very far. almost like the kind of thing that would be really convenient for. And it is sort of in the side of sort of a nearby house, and it is like literally like sort of that Tudor construction, wooden, the stuccoing, whatever between, and it's like the board of the thing that is like a false board in the front that pulls out. And there's like a section that lifts up, and there's like a section where documents, and it just sort of seems like a collection of documents is just sort of actively kept into the side of a building here.
I tuck that away, and then I'm gonna go to a clothier and get a bunch of fancy clothes made for myself.
Okay. In the current form?
For the kid.
Yeah, for the... But I'm assuming it's
for who I am now calling Silence. The the agent that will take my place, he's going to be Silence. I'm going to call that the Silence form.
Okay.
So less confusion. Cool?
Okay.
Cool. Excellent. Also makes my notes easier. So now he has a name.
Yep. But yeah, easy enough. Get a wardrobe sorted. How quickly are you looking to fill that out?
I'd like it by 5.
How many things are you looking to have in that?
2 fancy dresses. Not dresses though. Like
fancy
2
dress.
fancy suits of clothing, and like 3 higher end standard.
Okay.
So like a standard suit of clothing that a noble would wear as like a business casual for a noble.
But nothing particular as far as designs and whatnot. So they just kind of
in fashion. And I'll spend 500 gold to have it done immediately.
Take about 45 minutes of them just going through all the measurements to make sure that they have everything, and so when apprentice off to the side, basically like as the measurements are counted out, marking down and starting to work on like a form adjustments to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they'll get that. Meanwhile, while we have you for a moment, Stan.
Yeah, my camera's speaking out there.
Yeah. They bring, assuming you ordered something, they'll bring you breakfast, an invitation as well to the funeral and the coronation. If you're interested.
I'll show my armor, I guess.
Just different, very different. Of this man that says that you are a criminal, you're invited to his funeral now.
Yes, I attend the funeral of the man who put me to death.
Hey, that's living well. That's the definition of living well. That's borderline dancing on his grave. That's awesome.
But yeah, I'll eat breakfast, get ready for it. Fill that chest.
Terry, do you, after your noble breakfast, what are your plans for the day? The party is split.
Well, after that's caught up, I double check with, we've had lots of time, but, I double check with the Jade Empress to make sure that there's nothing that she needs, wants, desires, hopes, that is not currently being attended to.
Everything's being worked on.
Okay. Anything I could provide?
Not that it's not assumed that you're fulfilling as needed.
Do you have a day of the week for the day for current?
No.
You want to roll me a d8?
It's an 8-day week?
That's awfully strange.
If I have my dice, I do have a d7 for one.
Do you want to roll a d7?
But also...
No, this is day 155.
Yeah. I have it as day 155. What do you...
But I'll divide that out.
Oh man, I'm getting so
What
close.
question are you actually asking?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what you're asking.
All right, so we are
We're not in a weekend-based society.
22 weeks.
So again, what are you trying to do here, David?
Figure out how
So-
long till this thing upgrades.
So
It's
20
really important that he knows if it's Tuesday or Wednesday.
There are no Tuesdays. There are no Wednesdays. This is a different world.
It's just hump day.
Always.
Always hump day.
Always hump day.
Anywho, so I go ahead and give her 9,000 gold to get to basically pay for all of the things I was promising at breakfast.
Okay. Yeah.
Does
mean-
she want an angel or anything like that to accompany her?
She can also.
She's already got an angel.
She can also make angels if she needs to. So, or she is good.
Permanently? Nanner.
David, she's also a god. Jesus.
Yeah, but like,
No, not that level of God. Just like you guys.
I'm just saying, like, Ryan and I are the only ones that can actually, like, create permanent angels. But, yeah.
For now.
Anywho. So, after that, does she want... Yeah, whatever, doesn't matter. She doesn't... I'm asking questions that she doesn't want to talk about. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and, I'm gonna go ahead and split up.
Okay.
Let's head to... I'll double check with the group. Is everybody still at Thornsland? Beezlend? Is everybody still in Beezlend?
Yes.
Yes, we've been invited to a
Yeah.
funeral/coronation.
It would not be the best for me to go there.
Don't
No,
think so.
come, show up. It's gonna be great.
It
All right,
might,
well,
it might be a little awkward.
And I didn't get and I doubt that they sent me an invite. So,
You can be my +1.
Shouldn't show up just to the coronation and talk up how great of a king he thinks he's gonna be.
I am going to.
Hey, you want a little fist fight? Yeah.
You can take a hit like your dad.
I'm gonna go back to. I want to be around, or like remotely close to the group. So, I am gonna teleport back to Beezland, unless somebody can get me there with that spell slot.
I can only get you there from my kingdom. Sorry,
Can
I
you
can't help you.
Can you get me there from Entwistle?
No.
If you go through the portal that I set up, you could go to my chocolate factory and I could pull you in.
That works. So, we do that.
Do you have some sort of disguise or?
I do have invisibility at will. I could just cast on you.
Yeah, but you're not there.
You could be.
When he gets here, I cast on him.
I don't have.
Stan. If you were, I think communicating, through your telepathy, and if you do all that, Stan can go with Billy to go.
It's not worth it because he'd have to keep casting. Is the thing. So,
Well, we could just pull Terry into my room.
what I'm thinking I'll do is that I've got the best disguise ever. I'm not gonna wear armor.
Genius, man. Genius.
Did you ever
Nobody
take
can-
off your mask?
I did take off my mask for a short while I ate.
Okay.
But during all the actual events, the mask was on.
Oh
But
god.
the point
I'm gonna
is-
get blamed every time you get to freaking.
But the thing is, I'm not going to be walking around in hoity-toity stuff. I'm going to wear adventurer's clothes. I'm just like, traveling clothes. And
You're still a little obvious.
I'm a foreigner and I'm a big, but like,
Yeah, your size is rare.
Yeah.
You have made yourself of rare size.
You're a unique
But-
silhouette.
well, one way or another, after leaving Billy Bonka, I'm just gonna go to the outskirts of the city, and basically find just a nice place to kind of hang out and do my own thing, because I'm just gonna do crafting.
Okay.
But I wanted to be physically close to the group in case something happened.
Okay. Sure. Kind of, or whatever. Stan can be involved in invisibling you long enough to leave the.
Oh, I mean, if I need to, I can cast invisibility on myself too. But it's, I mean,
Just enough to get out of the palace, out of the castle, and
I'll dimension door out.
yeah. Otherwise, anyone else trying to get anything done before the funeral?
How much time do we have?
If needed, you can have an hour or two.
Okay. Then something that I'll do is, if I find a good place in the, whatever, the city around the castle,
Mhm.
I'm going to go and hand out a couple copies of my book.
Okay.
And then, if I can get that done quickly, I will return to my mansion and start working on the cake pop recipe.
Okay. Anyone else?
If we have an hour, I'll take my broom to the hospital, heal people up in the meantime, and then
Okay.
get back there before the thing happens.
When's the
funeral is
thing
not at the castle, but yeah. That's fine.
I'll go wherever I need
Yeah.
to be via broom.
Where is the funeral?
The funeral is probably about a half hour north from the castle, a little outside the city.
When is the
when?
funeral too?
Um,
No. I asked where first.
Okay.
I put too much zing on that. Sorry, I gave that one too much pizzazz. Too much pizzazz.
Oh no, I done something wrong. He zinged it.
I gave it too much pizzazz.
It's probably 10, 11, somewhere around there, before noon, as far as time. of day.
Okay. So I have to go.
Oh, as far as it not being there, yeah, it would be still you.
Yeah.
Yes, both of the events are conveniently this day before you've handed over your role.
Unfortunate. Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, because I'm having the suits made. I know what they look like, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm gonna get my
Yeah.
little
At least one of them to match whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my fancy morning clothes. Clothes of morning, not clothes you wear in the morning,
Uh-huh.
to be clear. And I'm gonna go to that thing. Oh, I'll read the dead drop notes too. Sorry,
Yeah,
that's
so going
probably
through that.
important.
Yeah, no. It's basically been the spot where it seems that occasionally things get condensed. Like clearly at certain points he's taken out notes and made them more organized, but also like regularly it seems like it's just a spot where new information is sort of stashed and a lot of things are in order chronologically based on this note has been added. So a lot of the newer stuff is on it, but it's basically just a spot where there is a current download of whatever happens that someone knows about. So basically, if they die, whoever comes in can pick up where things are left off.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Up to most recent things. The most recent information technically in there is about the upcoming Nobles Ball that is about to happen. So
Okay,
it's
so-
a couple days.
Can I get like a reasonable facsimile of what's going on in the Nobles Court from
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's probably at least half page on more than half of the nobles that were probably there last night. Of just here's what we know about this person or family coming in, because there have been a few of those events, those noble gatherings throughout the course of the notes. So,
Excellent.
anyone else doing anything beforehand?
Nope, just working the book.
I actually think that I can make some pretty good themed cake pops for our holiday that me and Bob are working on.
That's excellent.
I'm wondering how well a fudge center would work on these things.
Only one way to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Like sort of like the icing on the inside.
Kind of, yeah.
Otherwise, yeah. So you all eventually make your way, and it's sort of
Making my way.
Yeah, sort of
Sorry.
outside what is sort of a cliffside tomb. It sounded like the old man that you were probably heading there a little earlier from this time. And anyone that goes a little early, probably as you get there, still hears some chiseling being done, as they are currently basically adding the king's name amongst sort of the memorial outer wall, and they are presently in the process of doing it before the funeral actually occurs.
Yes, I would be there a little early just because it's usually wise to be.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to be removed from the core of the goings-on.
Okay.
Mostly because I plan on summoning his spirit to see so he can watch his own funeral.
Nice.
Messed up, man.
I don't think so. I think it'd be nice. Show him, this is so. Especially because I know where he is right now.
Where?
In the
Yeah,
river.
Yeah.
Not the crowd I wanted.
In the river.
But
Also, I'm definitely going to see if I can poach him away from Nim. Because I think he deserves better.
She didn't sign the contract, did she?
Nothing against taking other worshippers.
That was expressly against it.
No.
Oh,
That
it's
was-
against making other gods worship you.
Yeah, it was expressly permitted.
Yeah, no, because it was one of the things that even amongst yourselves you weren't willing to commit not to doing.
I mean, I would have been willing to, but everyone's got to be really, they don't want to.
For the record, I would have been willing to as well.
Well, yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So, old man, when you arrive, Alice is already amongst those that are there, seeming in a dress that you haven't seen before. Sort of just a plain black.
Still
Sort
need
of
the freaking.
same sort of cut, but just a completely black dress.
Yeah, I don't approach her. I don't know her in this form.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, yeah, you arrive. If you really want to keep enough of a distance, there's sort of almost if you don't attend, and Terry, I guess this would actually be an option for you too if you're interested. Sort of, and you probably hear a bit of word about it because at this point, the word is out to the city itself. But while those invited are over on sort of the cliffside, it's sort of on the opposite side of a bay from sort of like some docks in the city, and so while you wouldn't necessarily hear what's being said, you can watch the funeral from a distance. So a number of the populace would sort of go out to the dock for this event.
Oh, you mean
So what you're saying is it's in fireball range.
Well, yes.
Most things are.
Yeah, most things.
No, I'm crafting. I've got
Okay.
some questions. Since you gave me some attention, what was the luck DCs on that supply and demand spell? Was
So
it
hungry.
Was it 20?
All right, so normal check for selling. If you're selling at the normal buy cost, This would be a city, so would be 15 here. Advantage for half cost, disadvantage for 1.5 normal cost. You get a +2 bonus if it's something common folks need to replace daily. -2 if wealthy would only buy once. But yeah. DC here is 15 because the DC is based on the community that you're in.
Gotcha.
And this is a city, but not quite metropolis, I'd say.
And it would be the same for my Jade Capital.
But that would probably be metropolis. That would probably have the 12th DC.
Okay.
That is definitely a bigger community. Just due to the cultures, the Jade Country is, based on where things are based from. Probably a lot more large family mindset, so there are just more people.
Not living next to a desert has its advantages.
Yeah. Whereas,
But you were saying that word has gotten out about the, I suppose, death of the king?
Yeah. But, so those of you that go to listen is fine. If you'd rather stay further back, there's plenty of spots along the other part of the bay to keep a distance and still just sort of look on from afar.
Then yes, I go into my realm to summon his spirit, rather than just drag him out in the middle of the open and ask him if he wants to attend his own funeral.
Did my son survive the night?
His son?
Yeah.
Yes.
That is all I need to know.
Very well. It is unfortunate when your life was lost in the games of people who shouldn't be so concerned with lesser affairs.
I was ready for it to be lost.
Well, I had the power I thought I'd offer.
Kind.
Well, back to the river.
Otherwise, yeah, no. And there is plenty of, you mentioned fireball, there's a level of fire effect, in effect is, basically it is, whatever, involves burning of the corpse and ashes being, basically interred in a combined tomb of the ancestors, of the kings before and that royal family, basically a shared tomb. So the cremation of the king and words from the family and from Nim, sort of an passing, Nim adding some details about the family's tradition, basically trying to tie the idea of the corpse still being useful. It's like through burning it, it feeds the earth, returning that which his body had retained in life to go back into being of use to even afterlife. As the soul moves on, the body still is used through this way. Anyone do anything or cause any bit of ruckus?
No, I have downtime. I summon souls. Not in the middle of the funeral.
Well, he didn't want to watch. Do you want to watch this guy's funeral?
No. I just go back to my lists.
I go and try to make a good case for myself becoming the spy master of this country.
Okay.
So I imagine I'd be interacting with the prince and all that stuff and using the information that I've recently gathered.
The prince right at this moment is difficult to get a great interaction point with. They're very surrounded by the goings-on here between their father's funeral and preparing for their coronation here in a couple hours.
Okay. Well, I do the best I can. And I try to seek out allies in the nobility, I suppose.
Okay. Yeah, that you're a little more capable of.
Gather information, investigation. Just gather information, stop thing. What do you want? Anything you want me to roll?
That's what I'm looking for.
I don't suppose you want me to roll some charisma-based checks.
Maybe animal handling? No, not that.
Yeah, animal handling. That makes perfect sense. You're handling the animal known as politics.
Yeah, we'll go with investigation.
Okay, cool.
We'll assume the charisma sections of it successful if you find who to actually be putting the word into with.
31?
Okay. Yeah, you sort of ask around and figure out...
17 plus 14. Yeah, 31.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, figure out who to put word in with. Try and spread what deeds you have. Is there a particular story of like origin or history or why you're the right man for the job, kind of?
Do I know enough about their culture to know if bastard children are like just automatically shunned, or I imagine they're not since there was a bunch of hookups last night.
It depends on how the family deals with it. Particularly in those situations, that is between two nobles. So,
Okay, I'm going to be a bastard child of a noble with a smaller, not like a peasant, but like a merchant house. Someone who's not a proper noble.
Okay.
So, I am raised to service and looking to make myself useful for the new king.
Okay.
And that's going to be the cover story. And when they ask which house, it's a lot of I would not dare dishonor the parents who have nurtured me and protected me by shaming them now.
Okay.
So I'll just keep making it a big secret.
Okay. He's so mysterious.
So mysterious.
Otherwise, people leave from the funeral
And he died horribly. I'm gonna find a noble that I can coattail with, who's going to get me into better contact with the prince.
Yep. Yeah, and so people, following the family themselves leaving, after final respects, other families each. Basically, the way this tomb is set up, it's a large kind of cliffside wall across from on sort of a far end of the bay, and it has iconography sort of poured into it and sort of precious metals and melted in, some like filigree, like of carved set bits, and it is kind of like a stone-covered hole that ashes were poured into. So there's some internal cavern or chamber. And after the body of light and ashes poured in, people are basically paying respects, coming by, dropping in into the same hole before it is recovered. Whether it be flowers or gemstones or other, items of significant offering to pay respect amongst the deceased. Sort of the nobility makes a line kind of doing that sort of thing.
How deep's this hole?
You don't know. Do you want to jump into the funeral pit of kings?
Might as well.
From the wall, you gather there's probably been at least 25 generations that have been of like the king, like the king's family that have been buried here. In general, the king, queen, the other children that didn't end up ascending but were just sort of princes amongst like their brothers and such. Like,
I walk up to the hole, pull out a dagger, and cut my palm and drip my blood over the hole as my character's donation. Just it seems like I'm trying to say it quietly, but I'm actually projecting it in a silent in like a sotto voce kind of thing. It's like for your line. He just says, like, everyone's like, oh, I overheard him, but it was deliberate. I do have proficiency in oratory, if you'd like me to roll.
Performance.
You are. So let's just make sure that we're not beating around the bush. You are trying to suggest that maybe the line that you were from was in fact the king, as far as.
Or that I was pledging myself to his line.
Okay.
So it could be.
No.
There's interpretation there.
This is a feudal court. They're going to go with the biggest scandal possible. He's definitely the bastard of the king.
Yes,
definitely. But there is no other possibility. That's the juiciest gossip.
And he's so mysterious, you never know.
Yes, definitely.
Listen,
the king.
I'm setting up a lot of reasons why he would suddenly show up next to his half-brother.
Yes.
And start helping him complete his goals.
You miserable sod.
Listen, I'm not super good at social situations, but I'm apparently great at social engineering.
The social engineering, also known as lies and manipulation.
That's Bob if I ever heard anything.
I'm just saying, the old man is the reason Adam doesn't like April Fools.
Yeah. No, most people don't.
Adam hasn't liked April Fools since he was in, like, high school, so...
Yeah, that's my point. The old man is the exact sort of
you mean that personality type? Yeah, no.
That's the reason.
Yeah. No,
Listen, I can be profoundly helpful, but sometimes people are just way too useful for me to have to drop everything and help them out. They provide me with such entertainment. Besides, there are certain things that need help growing. I've got boys that I need to help support emotionally. I apparently left real big shoes. I need them to feel like they're accomplishing something.
So we're just going to start a little war.
Just a smidgen of one.
Hey,
like one side's an empire. It's great.
The deaths of a couple 100,000 people, that's just the price you pay for a little entertainment.
Listen, I am trying to emotionally and morally support my children, and I'm willing for people to die for that. Honestly, he's just a good father.
It's who you are.
Okay, I'm sorry. Continue with the story.
Otherwise, yeah, there's sort of a couple hours between this of transition before the beginning of what will be the coronation.
Coronation.
Yeah. So, sort of leaving from here, people are going and getting ready for that. Whole new wardrobe needed for that now cheery affair.
Which I had made.
Yeah.
But can't pick up. However, I can copy it.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're anyone do anything? Everyone planning to go for that? Again.
Oh, I'm definitely going.
Yes. Yes.
You gave me a kingdom to play with. I really appreciate it.
I mean, you guys gave me things you wanted for the world, and I just put them here. That's on y'all.
I'm enjoying my political machinations.
Yeah, no, it's not driving me crazy or nothing.
Hey, Bob.
Hi.
You're welcome.
That's true. That wasn't even my request. However, if it wasn't there, I would find a way to entertain myself. I always do.
Anyone have particular things doing other than getting ready for the next of these events?
I'll skip.
Well, Terry is not here, right?
Terry is in town.
I mean, we don't know he's here. He's in disguise or whatever.
No, Terry absolutely
Yeah,
made it clear to the group, this core group of 6 individuals.
Technically,
was...
also, what's the kid's name?
Zachariah.
Alice?
Yeah, Zachariah. Alice is
Zachariah.
one of the 6, but Zachariah is the used to be atheist that lives at the Bonka's chocolate factory, and when you just talk to the group, because he was present when it was created, he just gets all the information.
Adam, there is a thing I'd like to do if I have time in between these two things.
What would you like to do?
Find a quiet spot, change into a different person, and go and talk to the bartender.
Okay.
And fill him in on what I'm doing with Silence and the rumors that he should start fielding.
Okay.
Like, he may be, he might not be the son of the king, he might be the son of this noble family or that noble family. These kind of things. Like, these are the rumors he should be fielding, but no...
Choosing from information you read from the dossier.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm basically doing that. I'm like, have fun with that.
From the plans that are going on, most drinking will be done after the coronation proper. That's when the bar opens, so probably best to start fielding it around that time. Things spread faster.
With a little, yes, liquors
Lubrication.
quicker. Excellent. Yeah, I do appear as a different person. I'm like, Shadow will be present.
Yeah. Very well.
And I need to give him a name. I need a name for this character besides the codename Shadow.
I thought it was Silence.
Oh, okay.
Oh
so-
yeah, Silence. Sorry, his codename is Silence. Thank you. Hold on, I have my list of names. I'm just going to pull it out of the campaign that I'm running.
Okay, so this is the name of
Thurston Howell.
the bastard rumored person.
Winslow Drake.
This is the bastard that's getting rumors spread about him?
Yes, the bastard's name is Winslow Drake. I have a list of names for the campaign I'm running, and I have some
I
unused
remember back
ones.
when you ran that.
Yeah, I have some unused ones still that just didn't make it in. Just didn't make it in. Winslow Drake. Codename Silence.
Okay.
Ryan,
Yeah.
what have you done with Zachariah?
He's at the chocolate factory, chilling.
I taught him some barding. I got him to see the benefits of religion. Well, the Starspawn did that, but...
Yeah. He is currently enrolled at the
Yeah,
Bard's
I'm-
College because Billy basically used the, hey, I'm an alumni that funds you quite a bit, and the Bard's College is we don't charge you, it's all alumni funded. So with that kind of recommendation, he got in there. You probably saw him earlier today. He probably was present as you were passing through the gates and waiting on Billy to show up and pick you up. He probably showed up for that because he was there for the invite of it. So he made sure everything moved smoothly along with that.
Yeah, he's my boy at the honey tongue right now.
I don't think that's okay that he's connected with all of us.
Whose fault was that?
Can we, like, actively exclude him?
If you want to talk to everyone individually, yeah.
Okay, well, for the record, that's what Terry does.
That's fine.
I actively exclude most people.
Yeah,
Almost
I bet
all the
you
time. The only time it's a group message is when I think it's funny.
Otherwise, as things near time for coronation...
I don't go to coronation, I work on recipes.
Okay. Rolfur, are you just dealing with that and not going?
Well, Terry's going, right?
No.
Excuse me?
Was Terry going?
To the coronation?
Yeah.
No, I have not been invited anywhere.
Okay.
As far as
You
Terry,
can be my +1.
I would love it to be. Let me know if this is right, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
But when we left that party, Terry was told to give them a few days to get things in order.
Technically, I think he was told, give me time to bury my father. But he said it under the assumption of you don't know how long that will take. So... But technically, you could come back and be like, as a divine being, I know you finished.
So I see the old man's buried.
I'm fine.
Huh.
I challenge you to honorable duel for the insult your father did to me.
As a token of goodwill, Terry is going to. No one really wants to be an envoy, really. And I can't afford to do that. You know, I think that would be good. Terry knows of this place's like flag or symbol, right?
Yeah.
The royal coat of
Be
arms.
easy enough to find, yeah.
Okay. Terry's going to make during this day of ceremony. Let's see. I'm gonna make him a magical rod, but like this isn't what I'm making. But like, I almost was like, you know what, a rod of retribution. Oh goodness gracious, that would have been funny. Yeah, there's no really good rods per se.
There's tons of good rods.
Rod of Lordly Might?
I cannot do legendary. I can't even do very rare. Let's see. I mean, rulership sounds a little weird. I feel like a scepter just sounds like the right thing to do.
Hey, I killed your father. Here's a stick.
Well, like a scepter with their symbols, you know? But
Make it your item, and a shield of arrow attracting. That's clearly the gift you give to your enemy rival kingdom.
I mean, it does send a message.
Here's a cursed item.
Oh, I was thinking of arrow catching.
Yeah.
Not
Hey, catch the arrow once. Body.
Shield of missile attraction. Yeah.
Yeah. Or send them a potion of quote healing. Those are great. They do tons of damage.
Well, this is taking forever.
And they identify as potions of healing.
I'm going to send him. It's going to be a stone with so like just whatever is whatever. And it's going to be like a quality small plinth, and within it it's going to be in jade, as symbol of like the symbol of their country in jade. And
because you're going to invade and take them over.
it's a sign. It's definitely a warning, but and this is going to be, and it's a stone of good luck. So +1 on all your checks and saves.
Yep.
There's curse versions of those.
There are stones of ill luck, but that is not what I'm doing. I think a king will too easily figure out that it is ill luck. But yeah, we're gonna go and send them a stone of good luck as a sign of our good. I'm gonna have an angel deliver it with the. I'm gonna ask the group to like escort basically one of my angels in my stead tomorrow.
Today?
During the coronation.
Yeah, it's a couple hours after the funeral.
Okay. It's all in one day? Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no, it is the same day. That's the point.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, in that case, I'll get that done in the morning, and I'll have an angel go with them. The angel will have Crystal with him, so I can see what's going on.
Are your angels larger than normal people?
Nope.
Okay.
They are, however, this guy's going to be dressed in fine clothes, but they are, however, made of brass.
Yep.
And brass with golden wings. But the golden wings will be tucked up under the cloak for unless something happens. But yeah, and we'll have that be presented as whatever the gift for the coronation for the king, and also as a sign of goodwill between countries.
So, lacking an actual direct invitation, does not get into the coronation proper. However, there is sort of 2 levels of this coronation as you guys are there and things progress. Alice now in a yellow sort of dress, and with golden accents. She started spending her money. It's like, what does she buy? There are 2 levels. There is the actual like witnessing of the crowning, to which those in that find also that Nim is just amongst the group where you guys are. They are not in any specific point of power in that part of the process of the kingdom. So they're just sort of back amongst the crowd with you.
Interesting. So they're in the second section.
They're in the crowd with all the nobles, but
okay.
But yeah, and as in they're not like the royal family and some of the higher nobles even that are involved with sort of accepting and honoring this coronation. And basically, you can kind of feel that the sense and process of the bureaucracy that goes on here is that these are some of the top... Basically, it seems like this coronation would have required suddenly ushering all these nobles in if only they weren't already in town from the night before. Which, to those involved with, there was trying to be an assassination, that would be why you gather that would be done at that time, is because things have already been assembled to hurry this process along. Because it is the highest nobles, the ones that rule over particular areas, particularly ones that have, I rule over and own this fleet of naval ships. The ones that really have sort of a might that are difficult to stand up to, and which surely got in that situation because of the previous king's alliance with, making sure not to get in their way. And it seems they've talked to the prince coming up to continue the arrangements. And sort of they basically get up and pledge that, that this is a proper transition of power, and, that this is rightfully the king taking charge, and basically opened up to if any other nobles does, the few top ones verbally state it, and then says, of all of those here, does anyone, refute his claim to the crown? So basically a show of enough nobility of physical might that you basically are saying, I'm willing to fight them for this, and seeing if anyone does. Nobody does. Unless any of you present choose to dispute it.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm already working on
technically it also
things.
is an open floor for you to go up and say anything, technically, if you want to do that as well. So. Otherwise, some pledges of honor from the new king as far as the work that will be done to protect the people, attract the nobility.
I guess I would walk up and pledge to serve the new crown as I, to the best of my ability.
Yep. Yeah. Basically, yeah, just being up, especially with some rumors already going out. It's like, oh, is he going to dispute it? What is it? Oh no, he's just getting up to further back and stand with the line of. Yeah, no. Okay.
Yes. Stand up there, look around with almost accusatory eyes of anyone who would dare stand against the rightful king. Well, I will have problems with them.
Yep.
So, I don't know, intimidation check on the crowd?
No, because I don't think that matters. Like I said, they didn't stand up. Persuasion check.
Persuasion check on
the king.
Oh, well, I got a 17 plus 20, so 37?
Your numbers are ridiculous, as usual.
As per standard, 37.
That's what I get for not making you make an animal handling check.
Yeah, thank you for not making me take an animal handling check.
I bet you could do bad at that one.
Let's see here. Yeah, I don't have animal handling.
Yeah. I would be surprised if you did.
I'm allowed to fail that one.
Yeah. Otherwise, following that, remember that balcony you started out in?
Yeah.
That is what he then goes up to present to the second group of crowd of just sort of the populace that gathers in the courtyard and beyond, and sort of magically projected voice, sort of speaking, after being, crowned king, of, the continued prosperity that the kingdom will see under his reign. Making some kind of silly promises that he probably doesn't intend to keep, but whatever. Sort of sounds good and makes people feel good as far as going through the thing.
Motions.
Yeah. And it is from that you're able to see that through Crystal, as your angel is out there, and there are spots for offerings, pledges, people, particularly a lot of the people that are along the lines of those, merchant houses kind of things could possibly go and leave some sort of gift just to, get their name noticed, perhaps, that kind of thing. Like, there is a spot where that's sort of collected beneath the balcony. And
provided with letter and all that.
Yeah. So you're able to have it left there. Yeah. Otherwise, and there's lots of talk and mingling amongst that crowd after he's gone in. Probably around the time he's giving that speech, if people aren't particularly interested to gather behind the balcony and such to listen, that's the point where you can tell the bar has opened for the nobles that have already watched the real coronation to start just celebrating. The things seem a lot less formal or organized than, say, the event the night before. But it seems that they've brought through, various casks and offerings of different drink that was not available the night before. Maybe things that were brought in that maybe some stuff almost feels maybe little more rare, expensive. Something that was only because this was a sudden thing that we had. Well, we've drank most of those booze. Let's open these booze. Interesting sort of orange wine, like fermented from juice of oranges and things like that. Likewise, on the outside, with the common folk, starting around that thing, just where there's people after this event, there are lots of stalls that are selling, drink and snacks and all that kind of thing amongst the populace of the people. As, it's a reason to celebrate, as, things have moved on. Anyone hanging out other than the angel with the outside crowd, or?
I'm hanging out, seemingly looking over the king.
Yeah,
like looking out for.
Yeah, you're in the inside. You're in the nobility for sure. Just based on what you're working on. Stan, Rolfur, Billy, Billy, you were not even going.
Yep.
Rolfur, Stan, do you hang out with the nobility or outside with the common folk? Or?
I'll mingle with the nobility, I guess.
Same? Okay. Then yeah, no, it's free drink and celebration. Definitely a different atmosphere as far as the mingling, and a lot of talk of, is this one ready? What's to come? Trying, some degree of, solidifying deals, and some things following up from stuff that was clearly started the night before as far as business offerings and deals. You do start to hear some word about this, things coming out about, this, unlegitimized could have been error,
Mr. Drake.
Yeah. that is amongst here, and sort of the tales of, I was so sure when he walked up there that he was going to, basically claim himself the rightful heir, and just, which one of them is older? Is it... Lots of just rumors milling around about...
Just like, the king was dead for a while. I wonder if that's when... Like, the prince died.
Prince, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's the king now, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just wonder, he was dead for a while. I wonder if that's when it happened. Or...
Anyways, with the party carrying on as the day progresses, both inside and out, it doesn't take too long for those outside to clearly kind of be pushed out of the courtyard proper and gated out, and then gifts and such that were left brought in. You'll see them sort of be carried to a side room through the party hall. But yeah, events carry on, and it is through those events and celebration of the coronation that we will pick up next time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. Thank you for watching. Bye.